for the miners, and it kind of made me feel like the system was less decentralized. And so a few years ago, I decided to sell all my miners and look for something that I'd be proud of. And so that's when I started to think about the possibilities of seasteading and what things like crypto and DAOs could do for them. The first thing I thought that, it had to be self-sustaining and even have a successful economy. And so that's whenever the crypto services market came to mind. Currently, the services market for crypto is around $6 billion a year, and it's projected to balloon up to like 12 billion by 2030. And, we are looking to take over this market. Most crypto conventions are way overpriced. And you still have to pay for things like hotels and food. And so that, that's where Atlantis comes in. We feel we could provide much more value to convention attendees, while, also at the same time, providing more entertainment and even relaxation while on a dedicated crypto convention line. Imagine sailing in warm weather while attending, learning, investing, networking, and even relaxing. So the first phase, we will be getting the first cruise ship up and running and with a dedicated crypto convention. And the second phase, we will be looking to add multiple cruise ships while also start working on our sea docks, which we're going to call home in international waters. So that's all I have for my intro.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, both of you, for answering my question. So yeah, people just check out their website. Like I can see, they have their a lot of plan and programs regarding to their project, and you can see their like tokenomics distribution, and also I think the few days ago they did their pre-sale. Hope for the best. So like, could you share some? Just give me a moment. Yeah, thank you for this. Like, could you tell more about what is the main goal? I think already described, but would you share some of your plans to operate as a decentralized community, independent from exciting nation states?
Dan, do you want to take that one?
Yeah, I'm sorry. She was kind of breaking up on my end. What was it? Can you?
Okay, yeah, no problem. I can rephrase the once again. Like, I just want to know, how does your project plan to operate as a decentralized community, independent from existing nation states?
Yeah, so we are going to basically, start out as a DAO, and the community will help grow that into, its own government once we are out in international waters.
Okay, yes, definitely. And also, like, I saw you did your pre-sale. But, like, is there any plan for another pre-sale in future or in the listing plan?
I'm sorry again?
Like, do you have any pre-sale plan in future? Like, and also in listing plan in different kind of exchanges or decentralized exchanges in future?
Yeah, so we are holding our pre-sale right now currently, and we will be listed on P2B very soon. And then we will be launching our main token sale.
Okay, yeah, thank you, sir. So, like, can you provide more details about your coins and also how it will play the role of powering of your like your project actually, and also if people purchase, what kind of decision they can vote in, and also what are the utilities?
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time understanding.
Can you hear me clearly, John?
Talking in the background.
I think both of your mic is open, so that's the problem. Like when I'm talking. Okay, so like I said, could you provide more details about your coins and also how it will play the role in empowering in your project? Like, what are the utilities if people purchase, they will get, and also, yeah, there's like you can share more utilities about your coin.
Yeah, so our coin is going to be used once we get the based in international waters. We will be using that coin there, but also we'll be providing staking. In the first year, we're going to pay out 100 million Atlantis tokens for stakers. And then while we also get up and running our loan program for people, where we're going to loan from our treasury, from the DAO treasury, we're going to hand out loans to potential businesses, and in return, there's going to be profit sharing from any company or project that the Atlantis DAO owns. The community votes on that. And then on top of that, any loan interest repaid is going to be 50-50, where 50% of the interest is going to go back to the treasury, and then 50% will also be paid to the stakers. And so there's a lot of streams on where we plan to, income streams where we plan on helping out stakers and token holders.
John, you want to add a little bit on this?
Yeah, so at least at the beginning, right, we're going to have our first cruise ship. Okay, on the first cruise ship, we're going to be targeting kind of like a medium-sized ship, and we're going to actually tap one of the medium or bigger cruise lines to actually run it for us, so that we can focus on crypto. Okay, so we don't want to get into necessarily the day-to-day operations of a cruise ship, but eventually, right, and this is, I think, where Dan was going a little bit, like later on down the road, when we actually have like the seastead platforms, we have the Atlantis colony, right, basically the community out at sea. This is when our DAO kicks in. This is when community members, based on their reputation, have certain voting power. And with that, we're going to be, and with our conventions, we're going to be helping to promote other new projects that are coming on, and giving them loans, just as Dan said, from the treasury. But our DAO, our members, are going to be able to they're going to have voting power. So they're going to ultimately be able to steer us in the right direction as far as like what type of projects we want to invest in, what we want to do with the ships, right? Do we go purchase another ship that's just going to be docked out at sea, or do we not purchase another ship for the cruise line portion of the business, right? Because we're going to have both. We're going to have cruise line ships, and we're going to have ships docked out at the platform, and then ships shuttling. So once we kind of get rolling, the DAO and the decision making of the community is going to kick in. It could be decisions as simple as, hey, we want to open up another restaurant on the platform over there at the very end of Atlantis. Or it could be bigger decisions like, we want to maybe invest a certain amount from our treasury into this other new project that maybe relates to our Atlantis project. So it's really going to be about community driven. But like everything that you purchase, doesn't matter if you're purchasing for to go to the convention, go on a cruise, maybe it's just a family vacation, your room on the cruise ship. You could have a more permanent place on the ship if you want to kind of like live there or live there part-time. We're going to have dedicated rooms for that, but everything's going to be paid using either Atlantis coin or our stable coin. So it's going to be crypto driven.
Yes, got it. Thank you for this.
Sure.
And also, guys, they have like token supply, a lot of token supply is only 1 billion. So don't miss the chance if you want to purchase. Thank you, sir, for this. And I think this is a unique concept, like you're working about the sea ocean. So could you say more about what are the key features that differentiate sea stating from traditional forms of governance and living?
Traditional governance, like democracy, versus like our DAO, like decentralized government. Is that what you're asking? Dan, do you want to take that one?
Yeah. So again, we, when it comes to, traditional governments, you know, we often vote in politicians that, they may say one thing and then they do another. Well, that's where, the Atlantis Dow comes in, is that everybody's going to have a voice. It's going to be more like a decentralized government because, instead of having, again, representatives that, somebody votes in and then maybe they don't represent you, they represent somebody else, and maybe they lie, and that's just not, I don't think that's the future. And so that's why we're starting out with the DAO, and we're wanting the community to basically merge that into its own decentralized government while we're out in international waters. Yes.
Okay, yes, thank you, sir. Thank you for describing. So yeah, people just make your own research if you want to learn more. Like you can find all of their documentation, like they're recycling in our crypto community. So thank you for this. Like may I know how do you transition from the single cruise ship to a cruise line to a more permanent sea dock in international waters?
So just like the transitioning, right? So I can talk to that one a little bit. So, our first ship, this is where we get our sea legs, right, so to speak. No pun intended there, but we're going to have crypto conventions on there. People are going to be able to take regular vacations on the ship too, just like a typical cruise ship in the cruise vacation. So it's going to operate very, very similar to other vacation cruises that can be booked. But like the initial ship is kind of going to be our cornerstone ship. Okay. In and of itself, we need it to be, and it will be, financially sound and profitable. This is going to allow us to purchase additional ships. Okay. This is kind of how we expand our fleet of ships. And, we become a cruise line, essentially, a crypto-driven cruise line. So picture 3 to 5 ships. Okay. Based on that, we're going to have funding. We're going to be profitable. And this is kind of where we then take the next venture step, which is basically the build out of large sea docks. So if you've ever gone on a cruise and you dock, right, maybe somewhere in the Caribbean, maybe you dock at the port in Jamaica, right? If you can remember what those huge water docks look like, imagine those floating out at sea in international waters, but maybe 5 times bigger than that, with a bunch of our cruise ships all attached to them. So they'll be able to cruise in for the day as a destination, whereas some ships will be able to cruise and they will dock for an extended stay out at Atlantis. Even other cruise lines like Royal Caribbean or Carnival, the big players out there, we're going to have certain slips available on that dock for them to come in and attach for the day. So, so part of Atlantis will consist of cruise ships that go to several different ports, more similar to your typical cruise lines. Other parts of our ships are going to be dedicated to being docked out at Atlantis. But doesn't matter, no matter like the location, they're all going to be focused around crypto. And a lot of the times they're going to be having really cool crypto conventions on them. They're going to be theme driven. Could be a Bitcoin convention, an Ethereum convention. We're going to have different sponsors for different new projects that are coming up, and they'll be talking about their projects on the ship. So let's see. But the other thing is it's important. This is a phased approach, right? We're going to go from one ship to multiple ships where we have a cruise line to a sea dock. And, eventually, the sea dock is going to be out in international waters. So that's kind of like the roadmap to get us there.
Okay, yeah, thank you for the bed. Just keep building. So thank you for this. And also, if I wanted to know more, like what potential benefits or innovations does the Atlantis projects aim to bring to the front end by implementing the concept of sea stating?
Yeah, so just like in terms of like technology, then Dan, I'll take this too. So I guess at a high level, right? At the Atlantis DAO, we have like real world physical benefits, right? We're not just like a meme coin, that sits out there and people are just throwing money at it, right? When you invest in Atlantis, you're going to eventually have voting power. So you're voting and investing in something that has real world utility, right? A cruise ship, right? That's a real world physical thing that you're going to be investing in. So